Hello, everybody. A very, very warm welcome back to the chaos that is upon us in these markets. There's nothing much going on, really, is there? Boring. Yeah, gold's down 4%. Silver was down 40% from the yearly high, but just standard stuff. We are going to talk about that today, of course. That's obviously going to be the main thing that we actually decided to talk about today, of course, because it is absolute chaos out there. It's bedlam. To be fair, we've recovered a little bit today. I woke up this morning probably slightly earlier than most people around the world, like for the European traders and stuff. I was seeing it during the Asia session because I'm here in Dubai. Whew, man. It was messy for a long time. Friday was a historic day on gold and silver, and my task is to come on today to try and break this down for you in a clear way with a clear head, still executing the edge that I've got. And hopefully we can continue the run of spotting some good gold trades. And not just gold, we look at other markets as well, of course, but gold is the main talking point, of obviously, and precious metals, silver, oil as well, another commodity which is going crazy. So hello to everybody. It's good to see you all. Thank you for tuning in today, and I hope everyone's doing well, had a good weekend, is well rested, because the markets are alive and kicking for as we start the February trade, really, which is fascinating. So I've got my coffee with me because we might need it today, that's for sure. So this is our weekly preview stream. We're going to be breaking down the top events and opportunities of the week. Try and plan for the week if we can, because we have got central bank talk as well. So there's a lot going on. Also, of course, we have got the giveaways which are running on the streams as always. Two lots of giveaways today, which is great. So I'll be doing the normal giveaway on YouTube for those who are watching me on YouTube now, on the Forex channel, on the Atmos channel, or on my channel. All you got to do is join, subscribe, engage for more chance to win. Properly engage, not just spamming, please. And I'll be giving away $60,000 in Atmos funded challenges today, which I'm very, very excited about. And we're also doing a special giveaway on X. So hello to those who are watching on X as well. If you want to know the rules for the 20k giveaway on X, please check the description or check my pinned post on my X profile. If you aren't following me on social media, then you can do so by scanning this QR code. And all the details for the giveaway are in the description below. Okay, we have just opened up on the US Open as well. I'm seeing gold down a bit, but also getting a bit of a bid now. The stock market is recovering somewhat. The VIX is up 7.5%, which tells you the sort of market volatility that we've got. Let me just quickly say hello to those who have decided to join me today. I do appreciate it. Zareb Khan, hello to you. Good to see you. Nero Caesar, hello to you as well. We had Jeanette on the stream. I did see your hello on there. Sadhak, hello to you. I'm looking forward to the fundamental analysis that Connor gives. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Someone there commenting about the background music. Shout out to the team over at Atmos who have decided to put that music on. That wasn't me. Hello to you. Abdul, good to see you as well. Abdul says, love you, Connor. Nice start to Monday. Good stuff. VR Goppy, hello to you. Metals are scary. Yes, indeed. They're scary if you panic. We're not going to panic today. I'm excited by the move, but we're gonna be trading with a clean head, and don't you worry about that. It's all gonna be good. Games Club 786, hello to you. Good to see you as well. Hope you are doing well. Aaron 77, hello to you. Good to see you. Sadar, mentorship details. Yes, we have some meetings going on in the background regarding the mentorship. My course is now fully edited up to module 5. It's a 7-module course. The only module that hasn't been edited yet is the strategies module. So all the fundamentals, all the technicals, all that sort of stuff, and risk management, all that's been edited and ready to go. I'm looking to get that uploaded to the website ASAP, and all the details on the mentorship will come out. I'm sure, I promise. I know it's been a little bit of a delay, but things take time in the background. I know that will be soon active very, very soon. Dev Mikos, hello to you. Good to see you. Jane, I hope you're doing well. Zash FD, what a crazy London session that was. You blew your account. I am sorry to hear that. Not that it matters to you, but I'm sure you won't be the only one who's blown their account during these times of volatility, which is, it's a shame. It does happen. Maybe we need to check have a look through your trading journal, have a look for your historic trades. Is there anything you've done differently? Did you act emotionally over the volatility that we've seen? If so, that will be the mistake that you've made. But, blowing accounts is, if in terms of prop accounts, it's very, very normal. In fact, last month in January, I actually blew a funded account and a challenge account on my strategies. I'm completely open and transparent about that because, when I did last year, I think across the year, maybe 4 or 5 challenges and a couple of fundeds were blown across all the strategies. That's completely normal, guys. 10% drawdown. It's very hard to not hit that at some point, So don't worry if you have blown funded accounts. That is part of the journey. Grant, hello to you. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining today. Frankenstein, hello to you. Gold is looking crazy. Dev Mikos, my day was very good. You're looking fully energetic, says someone on the chat. Yes, I am. I had a nice sleep last night. I was ready for the markets when they come up this morning. Manoj, GRG1919, hello to you. Good to see you. Let me know in the chat section, guys. I'm interested. I'm seeing gold up a little bit. I'm going to go onto the charts in a second and do our normal analysis. I know people are probably waiting for that, but just let me know in the chat section. Did you buy the dip today or not? On silver, on gold, on the stock market? Let me know. Just comment the word yes if you bought the dip, or are you staying out waiting for the markets to settle down? I'm currently not in a trade on gold. Maybe I'll get one whilst I'm live on the stream. Okay. Sorry if I've missed some of the chats on there. I'm way behind on the chats, but it's good. Bidiek, hello to you. No wonder you're smiling. Chelsea come back from 3-2 down. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. 2-0 down at half time, eh? I'm winning 3-2, so it was a good weekend for me. Very, very good weekend. Who else have we got? Hello to you all. I can see it when the messages come up. So sorry if I've missed you up. Hello to you all who have decided to join. Right, so let's first of all, because when I streamed last was the FOMC decision, right? Yeah, last Wednesday. How things can change quickly in markets, hey? How things can change very, very quickly. On Friday, we saw Trump come out and basically say that we're going to hire a new Federal Reserve Chairman, Kevin Warsh, who those of you who don't know is typically seen as a hawk, which basically means he supports a policy which accommodates more of a higher interest rate, and also a policy which basically controls inflation as being the number one primary target, which naturally means higher interest rates. Okay, then when that happened, that was basically the trigger for for gold and metals downside. Let's just not put gold into it because silver fell harder than gold over the time. Look at the price of silver over that time. It fell from 120 down to 70 at the worst point today. Okay, in a very, very quick space of time. So let's just quickly, I know I released a video on it earlier on, but let's just quickly talk about why that happened. Because I don't think too much has changed, really. I think the Kevin Warsh appointment was an excuse, was a trigger point for the downside in gold and silver. But I don't think it was necessarily because we're now going to see higher interest rates. And that's why the markets are spooked. I think what we saw was that act as a trigger point. We then saw some profit taking on a very, very overextended industry. And when we start to see profit taking, the quicker that profit taking happens, the more it snowballs, the more it escalates, the more institutions take profit, the more money gets taken off the table, the more traders get liquidated. You see where I'm going. Things drop quicker and quicker and quicker, and then you end up with a huge daily candle to the downside. I think the biggest since 1921. But when you sit back and you analyse, when I think, well, what's changed here? I know there's potentially some talks going on with Iran and the US and stuff like that, and we had a bit of a stronger dollar, but again, that was the Kevin Warsh story. I personally, although I'm not buying into the dip straight away, I mean, it would have been a good buy for today, I don't think that much has changed from when I was on the stream last, other than the fact we had two massive daily candles to the downside, or at least one which is fully closed and one which has been being recovered as we speak. So if I'm being honest with you, I'm looking at this current dip particularly in precious metals, and I'm thinking, well, I don't think too much has changed. In fact, this might be a slightly different opinion, right? I know that Kevin Walsh is typically seen as a hawk, right? Why? I don't understand. What I can't get through my head, and maybe I'm missing something, is why would Trump have brought someone in who's notably a hawk when all he kept going on about was how Powell was too slow to cut rates and that he wants someone in who's going to cut rates now? Which makes me think that the markets have gone a bit early on this because we haven't heard from Kevin Walsh really. We haven't heard what policy strategy he's going to apply to the US via the Federal Reserve. We haven't heard it yet. So markets, this is a rumor. And I sell rumours and I buy facts, So the fact for me right now is I am actually looking at this current gold dip and I'm looking at this current silver dip that you see on the screen right now, and I'm seeing that as an opportunity to try and buy it back up. That's my opinion. That's not me telling you what to do. That's just my opinion on what I think and what I'm seeing in the markets. Okay, so when it comes to where we can get this potential opportunity from. So we've just opened up on the US session. So this was the low today on gold. We went down to 4,400, so which means that we fell from the top in just not even in two trading days. We fell 19%. Now it's actually still up on the year because we opened the year up at 4,300. We're now at 4,700. So actually, and I'm just trying to put things into perspective for you, we're still up about 7% on the year on gold. And I still think we're in an environment of bullish gold. So that is my opinion. Where can we get this trading opportunity from is another question. So I'm just looking at the current structure that I'm seeing on the 5-minute time frame. And I will share my thoughts on Bitcoin as well. Don't worry, I can see the chat. Thank you for the nice comments on the stream. Now, let me show you something that happened on gold today. Did you notice that we had a fair value gap? I don't know if you remember when I marked this fair value gap. It was all the way, well, it wasn't that long ago, but it was all the way back in the middle of January. So 2 or 3 weeks ago, I marked this fair value gap. And I said, if we get down there, that could be a good buying area, a good area of support for gold. Okay? Obviously, with what happened, this was mainly a fundamental and an institutional thing and an unwinding of liquidity. It was a liquidity thing, which means that technicals are really blown out of the water. No, your 5-minute order block doesn't care about what's happening in the big world, So we saw this fair value gap be filled and some, and then we went below it. Now, when normal structure resumed, let's just say normal order resumed, did you notice how once we filled the fair value gap, we came back up, and then we came up back through it, and then tested it. And this for me would have been a good buying area. If I was on the stream at the time, this would have been a good buying area because it was almost like what should have been resistance now turned support. And now you can see the current move that we see from the retest of that fair value gap, like an inversion fair value gap, that sort of thing. So when I look at this current leg in the markets, what I'm seeing right now, obviously from a 5-minute structural perspective, we see this move. This is like our bullish wave from the London session. So it wouldn't surprise me if we come down, maybe down towards this order block at 4676. You see that here? I'll mark that as our demand zone. And I think if we get down there, right, I potentially would be tempted for a scalping opportunity that looks something like this. Targeting the previous high. It's a 6-to-1 risk reward. Not bad. So that's really what I'm looking at today. I'm staying out of silver. Silver's a bit more difficult to predict. But I'm looking at that. So for the sellers out there, we could be coming down, to be fair. We actually could be coming down to this area. You might want to try and sell it. I mean, it's $60 or so down from here. $50. No, yeah, $60, sorry, from here. So it could be a good sell down towards that area. Be interested to see. If this area goes, then we could be looking for some more downside. Now, in terms of trades open at the moment, I'm not in any other trade other than my DAX strategy. Executed a long trade today from the breakout of this range that you can see in the blue lines here, blue lines, and you can see I was actually running at 1-to-1 risk reward, and now my stop loss is now at entry point, which is great. So that's a risk-free trade. So that's sort of probably the main one that I'm going to be following today. I'm currently long on the DAX as per a breakout strategy that I've got, which I'll be sharing in my mentorship as well. So yeah, that's the only open trade that I've got on at the moment. If I go into my gold strategy, yeah, nothing's been placed at the moment. The trend is telling me bearish, but I've not got any signal yet, and the MACD is still bullish. So I'm getting conflicting views on my gold strategy. So I am not trading it yet, but that might change in the next sort of 10-15 minutes or so. Just reading some of the chat section now. Yes, Sardis has basically said, the best way to trade in this market is probably to trade intraday. I don't disagree with that. I think the best way to trade this market is if you're in some profit, you at least take some off the table, because things can move very quickly in the opposite direction, which is great in some ways if you're in the right way. We had some good trades over the last Frankenstein. Yeah, we had some good trades over the last few weeks on gold. So yeah, hopefully that can continue. We shall see. Yes, VR Gopi, exactly that. The inverse fair value gap is hopefully going to act as support. FX Usher, hello to you. Which mindset change helped you most with over trading? Which mindset change is a good question. I don't know if this is necessarily a mindset change, but the thing which stopped me from over trading was looking at my trading journal and seeing what happened when I decided to place more trades. Does that make sense? And we don't even need a trading journal for this. I was finding, and it was just me, that the times where I was placing, 15 trades a day out of nowhere, because I was, when you get in that mode where you're just trading all the time, like it's a bad mode to be in. I'm talking when I was unprofitable and inconsistent. I lost where I was there. Yeah, it was basically me seeing the damage of that is what changed my mind into saying like, oh, I can actually see my over trading, what sort of damage it's causing me. I think unless you're brave enough to either have a journal or to analyze your performance, because a lot of people don't want to do that because they're too scared to see the results inwardly. Unless you do that, you're always going to be just ignoring the fact, because you're not going to believe that it's you that's the problem. Does that make sense? And yes, a Poor Tales TV official, hello to you. Some trading tips when we see such volatility. My trading tips is or has always been now it is to remain calm and execute your edge. Volatility creates opportunity for smart traders because it can accentuate moves, or it can exaggerate moves that obviously you didn't have previously. So for me, if I've got the historical data and the backtested results, as long as it's not like unprecedented like situation or like COVID or something, where probably the strategies, a typical strategy might flop for a little bit. For me, it's always just about executing your edge in the same way without getting caught up in headlines. I know that's hard for me to say because obviously when I come onto the stream, it's like that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the headlines. I'm talking about the big moves, and obviously I'm going to do that. It's my job. I'm a commentator. I'm an analyst, so I'm analysing the volatility, etc. But as a trader, I'm telling you, stay calm, execute your edge. Yeah, we're gonna take a look at the events coming up this week. Yeah, Frankenstein. I prefer the DAX, to be honest. Yes, the EA automatically sets break even. The mentorship will be out soon. Yes, Sadhak, I trade EAs. DAX is flying. What strategy, connoisseur, on what strategy your EA works? Well, on all of them. I have an EA for each strategy, yeah? Yes, I created my own EA, coded myself. Grant, hello to you. I feel like I need to extend my SL. I keep getting stopped out and then carries on in my probability. Yeah, I mean, again, that comes from not really understanding your data and understanding your edge. Okay, it happens to. I think it's always a dangerous game when you try and extend your SL because you keep thinking that it's going. You keep thinking, oh, it's going for you after it hits your SL. Mate, when you move your SL and extend it, you'll still get the same thing. It's just the goalposts change. One of the best ways to explain it was, like when VAR was brought into football, it was to basically stop like the grey area, right? But all that happened is the grey area just shifted. So there's still a grey area, and it will be the same if you extend your SL. To be honest with you, so yeah, I wouldn't do that. No worries, Gertrude, for joining late. All good. Yeah, I'm going to check the DXY now. FX Usher, my mentor once said we should execute our trades by ourselves, that relying on an EA makes one a lazy trader. How true is that, Connor? That sounds like a person who doesn't know how to code EAs. Because my EA is not lazy, and it certainly was not lazy to build. It took a long old time. I don't stream on futures just yet. Disha, hello to you. I don't stream on futures just yet, but that could be coming very, very soon. S&P 500 I'm seeing. I will upload my course soon, so I'm getting lots of questions. Thank you. So we're going to do the DXY, then we're going to do Bitcoin, then the DXY, then the S&P. Okay, right. Let's have a look at Bitcoin first of all. Now, who remembers the analysis that I put in on Bitcoin? It's still there. There's nothing complicated about this. People get caught up in such complicated analysis sometimes, and it's so unnecessary. Really, really simple. Market structure. Leg lower. Low volume, small candles. Took double the time to go halfway up than it did to fall the full way down. We break that trend line. We retest. We come lower again. Even comes up for a second retest of 90, and then boom, down to 80, which was our target. So now my target of 80,000 has been hit. Well done to those. If you did manage to get in, then fantastic. If not, where do I think that the Bitcoin's going now? Well, we might be in for a period of like a similar period to what we've seen here. A lot of the time as retail traders, we're always late to things. So like we wait for the move to happen, then we get in. Instead, it should be the opposite. So now you can see that we've made that move down to 80,000. I want to see, a few days of consolidation, a bearish flag, a bearish order block that I can't really see one at the moment though. I'd wait for structure to form first before piling into more sells, but there's no doubt for me that the overriding trend, especially on the daily time, 4-hour daily time frame, is bearish on Bitcoin. So I could see another leg lower. Let's just quickly zoom out on the. Yeah, look, this looks quite vulnerable. It wouldn't surprise me. Like the next target for me on Bitcoin would probably be. Wait, did we create equal lows? Yeah, equal lows, 74,000. I think wait for this to pull back a little bit more is my plan. If we can get pushed back up to 80, maybe, that could be the time to sell that back down to take out these equal lows. There's your Bitcoin analysis. DXY, interesting one. DXY is a very... Oh, wow. Okay. Look at this, guys. You know what I'm going to say, don't you? Obviously, it's it's obvious what happened here. The DXY made a 4-year low down at 95.5. It also created a fair value gap from here to here. Right, now we're filling that fair value gap. You know what I'm going to say, don't you? inverse fair value gap support. Could we see this? That is what I'm looking for. Or we see evidence of a changeover from here and resistance from pretty much where it is right now. Can we see resistance from between now and 97.5? If so, we could continue to sell this down. If not, wait for a break above the FVG, wait for a retest and trade that back up. Even if it's back up towards sort of 98.3, probably around this area here. That's still enough upside to try and catch maybe some euro dollar downside or some GBP USD downside, something like that. That's what I would do. Yeah, so yeah, someone said you trade everything. Yeah, well, it's my I'm not a I'm not an influencer trader, right? So I'm employed to be an analyst professionally. So I have to know all concepts. So I factor in indicators, I factor in smart money concepts. You know, the way in which I've broke this down really into a way that works for me is that my statistical edges, you know, my day-to-day trading comes from the EAs, comes from the mechanical indicator-based stuff. Yeah, my more manual way of trading, which like it's just from experience, it comes from the fundamentals and the smart money concepts style of trading. Both are good. If I quit my job and had time to be on the charts 24/7, then I would shift. You know, I would do a lot more of this style of trading that you're seeing now. But the fact is, I've got a full-time job, so being on the charts all the time isn't something that I can do enough to be able to warrant enough returns from the manual side. I like the DXY here, guys, which means that potentially we could be seeing more euro dollar downside here and maybe gold downside as well. Where's euro dollar? Yeah, look at that. And euro dollar, look at this confluence on euro dollar as well. This could be a really nice trade that's shaping up here on euro dollar. Why? Because we're about to break for a bullish fair value gap. So on the DXY, we're looking to break for a bearish fair value gap to retest it to go higher, which corresponds with a bearish fair value gap that we see on euro dollar, which we're looking to break through act as resistance and go lower. In fact, we have now just broken through that. So the trade, I won't be able to be on the stream when this happens, but watch out for this. If I'm not here, watch out for this because I'm going to be trading that. Do you want me to answer? I'll tell you the honest reason why I don't quit my job and do trading. Because trading income is never guaranteed. So I get paid a salary, right? So no matter what happens, as long as I'm not bunking off work, which I'm not, at the end of the month, I know I'm getting money coming in, right? So you have to think of this from a sensible point of view. Yes, I could go off trading, right? And I could make money trading. I made money last year trading overall. But I don't know when there's a period coming where I might be 3 months in drawdown, which from what I've researched on my historical edges, that's completely normal. So what am I going to do in those 3 months? Unless I've got a cash buffer to help me through, but it's risky. I don't want that stress in my life. You know, I'd rather earn a bit from trading and a bit from the salary, and both of them combined. And hopefully, if you have a great month in trading, which does happen for me over the year, then great. If I have a bad 2 months trading, that's okay because at least I'm still getting a salary, you know. So that's why I don't rely on full time. These guys you see on Instagram, yeah. Do you think they earn full-time money from trading? Of course they don't. There are full-time traders out there, but a lot of the people that you'd see on Instagram that are flashing Lamborghinis and stuff, they earn money from marketing. They earn money from commissions. They're not earning money from trading. Yeah, just remember that. Okay, so that's the main trade that I'm looking at there. Let's take a quick look at the stock market then. That was a beautiful trade this morning. Look, fair value gap retest lower. Structure's bearish on the 15 minute. On the 1 hour, we've broken down past this low. I don't like selling the stock market, but I have to say, it looks like it could be going lower from here. Same for gold, actually. Maybe not the US 30. That probably looks the stronger of the three. But particularly the Nasdaq, the tech sector in general, just from a fundamental standpoint, is receiving some selling pressure. You can see it in copper. I don't know if you've seen the price of copper recently. You can see, yeah. I tell you what, this looks like it could be going lower. I think we could. I think what this US session is shaping up for is a bit of a risk-off play. We shall see. Funded trader 16. Hello to you. Do you really think being on the chart too much leads to overtrading? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think the more that you're staring at charts, the more inclined you are to press the button, right? Especially because like you paint a picture in your head, and you're like, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. Let me know if you have any jobs. Earning guide KA. I do execute trades live on here. I do. When there's a trade here, I do. Those of you with me on FOMC Live, I placed my EA placed a gold long, and it made $1,000, 1%. So I do, but only when the opportunity comes. I don't trade for the sake of it. But I promise you, when the trade comes, I will do it. I am live still on the DAX, which you can see I'm up a little bit at the moment. When I have the mentorship and stuff out, hopefully you guys, the way in which I'll be able to do it is that you don't miss any of these. It's not just when I come on streaming. Maybe I can set up some alerts that if I'm trading, I can send a message to you as well. What about UJ? What about it? UJ looks great for more upside. We got the reaction from 155.5. However, UJ for me, like I said, when we saw the initial dip in sorry, I'm not on the right screen. When we saw the initial dip in dollar yen, I said this could be a good opportunity to go to buy the dip. It was. Look at that. So I see more upside in dollar yen as well. I'm actually turning more and more bullish on the dollar the more I look at it. Look at this. Here we go. Fair value gap. That's the main trade that I'm looking for on the dollar, to be honest with you. S&P 500. I know someone asked about that as well. It's not really in much of an area I'm interested in, to be honest with you. I think this obviously becomes the main high. I think if we break above 6,940, right, then we can look for this. Probably something like that, yeah. Or this is a good pullback to go short from to create another leg lower. Now, how do we know that? Well, let's look at the structure on the 5-minute time frame. It's not, the bearish structure hasn't formed yet. We didn't get a breakdown below this low. In fact, it was more of a liquidity sweep. So I need to see, consecutive. I need to see like structure form before confirmation of that. I can't see it yet, is what I'm trying to tell you. All right. Yeah, I can see gold. Gold is falling. Gold looks like it's falling into that. Oof. It's falling into this order block. I'm interested to see how it reacts from here. Will we get a reaction from it? The thing that's putting me off about it a little bit is the stronger dollar play. That will be going against this gold long. But guys, if we don't get a reaction here and we go straight down through it, then I'll be simply looking to trade the opposite side. No worries, Nero. Hope that makes sense. just going to quickly just give it a few minutes now just to see if we get that reaction. I'd like to see if it's going to tag that area. Anyway, guys. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Put this back on the screen. Where is it? There you go. Right. So, in terms of this week, very, very interesting week. It's not going to get any quieter, that's for sure. Why? Because overnight, tonight, we've got the RBA, Reserve Bank of Australia's monetary policy. For those who trade the Australian dollar, that's going to be something which is very, very important. The main, and we have got central bank talk as well. It doesn't even feel important, does it, really, with what we see? Central bank talk, we've got the Bank of England delivering its next interest rate decision. We're expecting them to hold rates where they are, but a slight change in the voting should be interesting. Then on the same day, we've got the ECB decision. Again, we're expecting the European Central Bank to hold rates where they are. Then we've got the big one, which is the non-farm payrolls day, which means, guys, as you know, drum roll, I'll be covering that live as it comes out with a special $100,000 giveaway. So make sure you tune in on Friday because that should be a good one. But yes, 67K is the current projection for the employment data. I don't really think people are thinking about the employment data too much at the moment. However, we shall see how that goes. I'm just looking at the unemployment rates, expected to stay the same. So we'll analyse that on the day it comes out, and maybe I'll come on 15 minutes before, half an hour before the decision. Keep an eye on the Discord channel, and I'll make sure I will. I'll show you what's going on. I'm just looking at gold. Not seeing much reaction from here. Are we going to go straight through it? I think we might. Who's buying gold from here? I'm not putting this out there as an official trade idea. It's just something that it's a level, an interested level. I'm interested to see if it reacts from here. Okay. I like that. I like that candle. That's a hammer, right? This is a scalp. I think this low needs to hold. Is this a good area or not? Should we try it? I'm just analysing, just seeing if it's a good area. Oh, that structure though, look at that. When I open up MetaTrader, look, it's a risky one. Very dangerous to buy at this level. I'm actually shaping up for some more downside here. My bot is telling me bearish, and I'm getting a MACD. I reckon I could be being placed into a gold sell pretty shortly. Trend bearish, MACD bearish, but I've had no signal yet. That's the bit I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. I'm trading 200k account on this. This is prop firm though. Yeah, MACD is part of it. Here's the reaction, guys. We're starting to see it. Not bad. Look at that. I'm okay for not being in, but if you did manage to get in, it's approaching 1-1 already. Here we go. If anyone's ever in Dubai, let me know. Give me a message. Look at this. Wow. Nice reaction. The DXY hasn't breached the gap yet either. What's my strategy doing on the DAX? Yes. We are moving. Okay, so I'm looking at gold. I'm just trying to see, because someone said, can you place a trade live? I'm actually tempted to give this long a go. With a stop loss below that wick. So a trade that looks like this. Like 0.25% risk. Very, very low risk. Should we give it a go? Yeah, I'll give it a go. Let's go. So only a 0.25% risk from here. So I think if we go down below this wick, I think we'll call it game over. But only really tiny risk, just to see. Running okay for now. This could change very quickly though. I don't know how to share my chart layout. I'm not sure how to do that, to be honest with you. I think we could be heading lower here, guys. Which is okay. My EA will probably place the main trade. Let's just see. Let's just see how we get on, shall we? And yeah, gold from the original entry would have already hit 1-1. Someone wanted me to place a trade live. Well, there you go. That daily's just crazy. Anyway, any other markets anyone wants me to take a look at? I'm literally 0.2% risk here, so it's only small. I'm not giving you the source code of my EA. What risk reward is this trade? From this high, it's 4.5. I'd probably aim for a little bit higher, maybe. So you see where I'm going with it though, right? Because look, you can see reaction from the initial demand zone and then just basically, yeah, trading off the initial reaction rather than just like guessing that it's going to trade from there, you know? Also, this 5-minute candle's closed bullish. So I want to see it. I want to see the run up. Come on, give it to me. What else will we take? Are there any other markets anyone wants to take a look at? Sorry, I just coaches in on the buys. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Trade with us fun. Hello. Yeah, it's good to trade. It's good to trade live, isn't it? Just you know, as I said, in these markets, in these particular times, you've got to keep risk really, really small because we could easily be coming down to create a new low here. It's worth a 0.25% to try and make 1%. If it loses, then, it's not the end of the world. But it's not really doing much, is it? Manoj says, I'm happy Manchester United won 3 times in a row. Good man. Yeah, I saw that. UJ Longs. Oh, it looks like UJ's coming for a bit of a pullback. What's the DXY saying? Yeah, you see, DXY still hasn't done what I'm planning to do. I'm not going to anticipate. I'm not going to guess this is going to happen. This is just me planning for the future. I want to break out above. I want to retest. So that means that's one of the reasons why I was fairly happy with the gold long trade in a way, because the DXY hadn't made that bullish break above the fair value gap yet, so it was worth 0.25% risk. But it's not really moving too much, to be honest with you. Okay. Anything else that we need to go through today? I think I've been through most of it. Stock market's getting a bit of a buy the dip opportunity as well on the stock market. Things are recovering. Things are stabilising. We're not out of the woods just yet, that's for sure. Anyway, look, it's 0.25% risk. Follow it if you want, guys. Listen, I will. Unless people want me to oh no, Ethereum. Do you want me to have a look at Ethereum? I know someone's just requested that. Let's have a look at Ethereum. Crypto, Ethereum. Let's have a look. Okay. Right. Daily time frame. Ethereum's down at 2,300. Horrific looking chart. Absolutely horrific. I did do NASDAQ earlier. Randy L, how do you recommend managing fear when a trade clearly follows your strategy just so it doesn't affect consistency? A lot of that does come with experience as well. I don't have fear anymore because, I'm at ease with what the market's going to give me. I know my edge. I know my back-tested results. So my job as a trader isn't to be fearful of the market. My job purely is to execute the edge or the strategy or the methodology that I currently have. And that's what I see myself as, a servant to the markets, executing my trade. Anyway, sorry, got sidetracked. Whoever asked for Ethereum, it's a horrible chart, if I'm being honest with you. We have created a new leg lower. I can see that here. We could be coming back up to probably 2,800. We might come up to probably 2,600 before. Let's just see where this 4-hour candle closes. If it closes anything like the sort of pattern that we're seeing right now, then we could be seeing some more downside from around 2,600. What's going on with gold? Everyone's in the chat. Is it going down or up? Am I in profit or not? Let's have a look. Oh, I'm in a bit of profit. Not too much though. Yeah, I'm in a bit of profit here, guys. It's running okay. Live trading on the stream, hey? That's why you don't miss the live streams. There we go. I think we reached 1-to-1 as well. Yeah, 1-to-1 was reached. So I'm going to move my stop loss to entry. Or I'm going to move my stop loss to probably this low. Here. Just for like a really small loss. Remember, this is a scalper trade. This is just, this is just me playing around really whilst I'm on the stream, to be honest. I think now if we can get that kick up back above this high, we get this kick up back above this high, it could be game time. Could be go time. I'm the best live trader I've ever seen. Thank you. He says as I'm about to be stopped out at break even, but thanks. Come on, baby. Which session do I prefer more, London or New York? New York. You should close now. Why? Why should I close? I know the risk. I'm pretty much at break even. If it stops me out at break even, so be it. Not the end of the world. I'm not the CEO of Atmos, by the way, or Forex. Thank you for the kind comments. I appreciate it. Just want to see another leg higher. I'm just not seeing what I want to see on gold, really. Come on. Up we go. Yeah, close to being. My stop loss is here, 4690, to be honest. So we'll see. We've got a new hourly candle and a new 4-hour candle opening up in 2 minutes' time. How is my emotion right now? I don't have any emotion to this at all. Is what it is. Especially now when you know you're in a trade which is like at stop loss break even. For me, I'm not that fussed. If I would have placed 1% risk on this, which I never would have done, if I would have done that, then I would have taken some of the profit off the table. But I only risked 0.25%, so I'm pretty much going like out at BE or straight up to 4-to-1. What's your biggest edge that can't be coded into an indicator? Well, risk management and psychology can't be coded in, but you can tell the bot what to do. Rex, hello to you. Yes, yeah, I am composed. Yeah, I don't have any emotion to this at all. So say for example, okay, let's just say worst case scenario. Oh no, we had a new 4-hour candle opening now. We get a big sink down to here. Well, I'm stopped out at pretty much break even, like a 0.05% loss. Or we keep moving. I'm not a scalper. I don't do this very often, guys. It's just because someone challenged me in the chat. Someone challenged me. Here we go. Come on. Okay, guys, we are on the move. I'm happy I stayed on the stream a little bit later today. We are on the move. Live trading at its finest, people. At its finest. Okay, so I'm just going to... What am I up now? Nearly 2-1. When I get to 2-1, I'm going to take some off the table and let it run. Okay, so... Just going to lock in a few $100 here. My current position. Okay. Just going to lock in a few $100 by close 0.05. That's a few $100 locked in. Stop loss at BE. Boom. Now we let the thing go. Whatever it does, it does. Kenzie. I like that, mate. I like that. Okay then, guys. Listen. I think we can probably safely call that a day, to be honest. I've closed a bit off, so no matter what, I'll make some profit from it. A few $100 on the stream. Nothing to be sniffed at. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for tuning in today. It was a good little live trading session. Be careful. Markets are still quite volatile. I'm still leaning probably more. I'm bearish on gold, leaning more, but that was a decent little scalp. We'll see if it can run up to that 4,800 mark, 4-1. If not, no problem. Yeah, trade well, trade very safe, guys. Don't forget, I'll be announcing the winners of the giveaways on X tomorrow and on Discord. Also, I'll be announcing the winners there in that probably 10 minutes time or so. So make sure get your notifications turned on. And if you are a winner, then, yeah, well done to you. All right. Thank you very much. Take care, everyone. Trade well, trade safe, and I'll see you all on Friday. Thank you.